and hear me? Yeah. Okay. So we are live. I feel like an idiot. All right. So, anyways, my guest is going to be running a little late. He'll be joining us in a few, which is Chris from AKA That Ain't Rap Podcast, and I love his podcast. I love his Instagram. We have a lot of fun. So it's to me, I don't know why I got so much hate. Oh, and speak of the devil, here he is. Let me bring him in.
Yo,
What up? What
what's
up?
what's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
man. Yeah, yes. What's good?
Okay. So I was just saying, first of all, I want to start this off with how much hate I got when I posted that Cash Money is going to mop the floor with
Wow.
no limit.
Wow.
And I mean, I got so much hate. I must have got about 15 DMs
Right.
between my Facebook and
Um,
Instagram.
uh,
So I had to deep dive and all week, and it's been torture. I'm not gonna lie, but all week I've been listening to nothing but Cash Money and No Limit Records. Now, me and you are both from the East Coast, so
uh,
this wasn't our scene when Master P was first coming out. I didn't even know. I didn't know Master P existed until I watched MTV. R.I.P. That's why
mhm,
I'm wearing my MTV hat. They are shutting
yeah,
down at the end
yeah,
of this month, which is sad. But then again, it's not what it used to be. So
right.
you know. But the thing is, they have a cheat code. There's two
Mhm,
cheat codes that Cash Money has that No Limit does not have.
right.
And that is literally Lil Wayne and Juvenile. They literally have kept Cash Money alive. Even when Juvie left, they had their little,
Yeah,
discrepancies or whatever, but everybody has. Even Lil Wayne has had his discrepancies with how Birdman was running the show.
right.
Manny Fresh left. I mean, everybody kind of left. So I'm wondering who's actually going to show up, because the one thing I will give Master P is that he's never burned bridges.
Right.
So everybody still that used to be signed to him or is still signed to him, even though they're not really putting out music right now, that I know of, anyways.
Mhm,
Um, I think they still have a lot of respect. You've always heard Snoop Dogg say how much he loves Master P, basically got him out of the Death Row deal, which
right.
that took balls because everybody was scared of Suge Knight. I
Right.
don't care who says they weren't, they're lying. Back in them days, you were scared of him.
Right.
Um, but let me ask you, Try,
Mhm.
what is your take on it? Who do you think, if they go street bangers only, let's say they just do street right off the bat,
Uh,
who you think is taking it?
I think I'll give Cash Money the edge just for the Little Wayne stuff alone because like he had a run during the 2000s with the mixtapes and then the actual Carter, the first Carter 3 albums. I'll say like from 1 to 3. But then after 3 it gets kind of shaky. 4 was okay, but it wasn't great. 5, I actually have 5, but it was just like a collection of songs that I think he just put together and then called it Carter 5. And but if they do hit for hit, then he got the hits over No Limit,
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like for No Limit, they gotta do it strategically where it's you have the OG members, Master P, Silk the Shocker, C Murder, Mia X, Mystical. You use that, and they can win a lot of rounds. Cash Money got to stick to Juvie, Hot Boys, Big Timers, Little Wayne. I don't know if they're gonna use Nicki and Drake because they all under that umbrella.
Yes and no. I look
Mhm.
at it as I don't think that they should be able to use because I mean, let's face it, Drake to me is he got ghostwriters. So to me, he's not really a rap artist, but when it comes to entertainment,
Right.
he is on top of the game, and there's
Right.
nothing that anybody can do about it. I mean,
Right.
it is just what it is. But I don't think that they should be able to use Young Money or anything from Young Money. Just like, unfortunately, the two biggest hits that
Um,
Mystical had weren't even on the No Limit label. He was already off the label when he made that record.
right.
Been So Long,
Mm-hmm.
and then that other one, I can't even think of
Danger.
the name of it right now, but
Danger.
those two were like his big hits. He
Right.
didn't Yeah, he had It Ain't My Fault, but then Silk the Shocker comes on and ruins the song. So sorry, I don't think Silk the Shocker is a great
Yeah.
rapper at all. He tried to be E40, and unfortunately, only E40 can pull that style off.
Wow.
And sometimes even E40 can't do it. Let's just face facts. Um, and that was really never my style either.
Mm.
I didn't like that whole thing going. But I mean, the
Right.
amount of hate, if they go club, let's just say they go strictly club,
Mm-hmm.
Cash Money's got it. I mean,
Right.
you can literally just take 400 degrees
Mm-hmm.
in Carter 3. Take 10, 5, pull 5 from each,
Right.
and it's show over. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what they bring out to the game. I don't care what
Mm-hmm.
they even bring out, and it just, I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into like a Gucci and a Young Jeezy situation, because they
Right.
did have real beef in the streets.
Right.
So I'm kind of hoping it doesn't go that route. I think we're all adults now, but like I said, I know a lot of people are going to show up for Master P's side,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure about
Cash money.
Cash Money, because
Yeah.
Birdman burnt so many bridges. And
Mm-hmm.
let's BG had a big hit with Bling Bling.
Right.
Cash Money is the army, better yet the Navy. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he was popping. Chopper City in the Ghetto was a dope album.
Mm-hmm.
Same with 400 Degrees, dope album. Even Lil Wayne's 500 Degrees, I still think was a well put together album, not fire,
Mm-hmm.
like the cover would suggest.
Right.
But I mean, you still had when the Block is Hot came on, I was wilding.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So, but for me, when No Limit came out, it wasn't until Make 'Em Say that I even knew P existed, because
Right.
that visual of them on the basketball court playing basketball, the big gold tank coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and then seeing him on MTV Cribs and seeing his house and gold ceilings and chandeliers. It was like, when it comes to entrepreneurs, Master P, he showed you the blueprint.
Right.
He showed you the game regardless. And when you look up, on Google, if you look up this or that, you'll see that Cash Money has way more platinum records, but yet No Limit has triple the
Yeah.
records that have come out. But Cash Money has like 23 or 24 platinum records
Right.
versus the 11 or 12 that No Limit has.
You see, the thing is, No Limit had a steady roster over the years. Like having uh uh what's it with Cain and Abel and the Shell Shock guy, I forgot his name. Mac.
Yeah, there was
Yeah, him.
Mac, Fiend.
Right. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg 3. So I've always said Snoop Dogg 3 album run was phenomenal. After Doggy Style, because I know a lot of people love Dogfather. I thought that was trash. I didn't think it was a good second album.
I
But
still haven't.
when he got to No Limit and he came out with, The Game Is Still Be Sold Not Told and Top Dog and Last Meal, great. That's
Mhm.
two of his best albums to me. And I wasn't a huge No Limit fan, but I was a Snoop Dogg fan, and listening to those albums, I'm like, yo, that's some of his best work that people don't mention. They skip Doggy Style and they go after Doggy Style, they go to like Blue Carpet Treatment or another album. But the No Limit stuff was great. They could use No Limit, Snoop Dogg for those
Yeah, and
rounds.
that's
He
where
could win.
they might hold some relevance, except I mean, it is under the record label, but I know, like, um what's that song with Exhibit that he
Mhm.
had, and then
Oh, Beach
Eminem
Breeze?
did Bitch Please, or
Yeah.
is that what it is?
Yes.
So I mean, if you use that, yes, it was produced by Dre. Obviously, you could tell it's not
Right.
a No Limit beat, but I mean, they could still use that in their catalog. They can still really catch fire on that one.
Yeah.
So without little, without Snoop Dogg, though, I really don't see where Silk the Shocker never had a dope song to me, like at all. And I
I
listened
mean,
to the
he got
catalog.
that one collab with Maya. The moving on, that was a big hit for Maya.
Okay, when they were going out,
Right.
yeah,
He's on the What Means the World to You remix, the Cameron joint with it was him and Wyclef, and I think Charlie Baltimore was on that.
yeah, but
You know what I mean? But
his
of his own stuff, I don't know. Other than what's the song he had? There was one song he had. It Ain't My Fault. Was that his?
that was Mysticals, but
Okay.
featuring Silk, because that was
Okay.
on Mysticals album versus being on Silk the Shocker's album. But I think
Right.
part two
Was his?
might have been it might have been on Silk the Shockers.
Right.
I just feel like I don't know why I got so much hate when it came to that because
uh,
I mean they have the cheat code. Let's face it, Lil Wayne could definitely go head to head, banger for
with anyone.
banger with Snoop Dogg
Right.
in a
Right.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
And anybody that denies that, there's no way. It you know, there's no way. I mean, I can't see them. Maybe I mean, I know down here, even when I said
Mhm.
it at work, my
Mhm.
own supervisor, who's a couple years older than I am,
Right.
he's like, "Oh, No Limit's gonna take that." And I'm like, "How? Just explain to me. Just like, show me.
Right.
Tell me where they're gonna take any category. Because if we're just talking hits, again, Cash
Mhm.
Money, 23 platinum records, No Limit,
Right.
11 platinum records. Almost none of them really went gold even,
Right.
because all that really attracted you with No Limit records were
Mhm.
the covers. They always had some
Uh,
wild covers, and that's really it.
they covers was not great though. I mean,
No,
the
I I
funny,
I hated them. I did
right.
not like them. I thought they were really, but then again, if you look back, Cash Money had the same thing, but then they
Mhm.
started to get a little bit more into
Somebody,
reality.
somebody saying you might be too young in the chat. Melvin saying
Too
you too
young.
young. Nah,
Um,
I was there,
Melvin,
bro.
I'm in my
We was
40s,
there.
homie.
We was there.
So
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
Let
was
me tell you,
there.
like for the East Coast, like for New York City, like they wasn't playing No Limit stuff. Like they played Make Him Say and they might have played I Got the Hookup because the movie was out or whatever.
Yep,
But they
yep,
wasn't playing No Limit here. Um Cash Money, they played Bling Bling when I came out in what was that, 99 I came out.
yeah.
And
And
that was it. I mean, they played Juvie some stuff like the Ha remix because Jay was on it.
yeah.
Anything Jay was on, they were playing.
Mhm.
They played Back That Ass Up, and they played the Wheezy stuff. Other than that, they wasn't playing nobody else on Cash Money or No Limits. You know what I'm saying? But like just watching, Rap City and TV Raps every day, that's how I knew about the other artists. And then just if you bought the Source magazine or Double XL, they ads were all over in the magazine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
especially
saying? So I think
Double
for
XL.
No Limit, I think No Limit is more respected down there because they had a consistent roster, whereas Cash Money, they because of so many issues with Baby, and you had Manny Fresh leaving and Juvie left, and then Weezy became his own brand. They had to like go outside of the label and sign people like they had at one point Bow Wow, they had Mac 10, they had Tina Marie, rest in peace to Tina Marie. They had Busta Rhymes, but he never dropped anything on Cash Money. So they had to go outside to get the bigger names for Cash Money, even Rodney Jerkins as a producer. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have like a consistent roster. I mean, except for like the Hot Boys and the Big Times.
All right, so he's in St. Louis. I get it. Um, and they were dropping mixtapes. You got to remember, Master P started
Right,
out in the back of his trunk. Plus,
right,
he had his own record store. From
yeah,
my understanding, he had bought a record store and started, pumping out. But again, when it came to New York or Massachusetts, where I'm from,
mhm,
we got everything from New York.
Right.
So when my barber, he used to have the stash in the back with all the mixtapes.
Yeah.
We would go in the back and I'd be like, yo, 3 for 10, boom, 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 let me get that. And I never seen anything from
And
Master
cash money.
P
Right.
or Cash Money.
Yeah.
The only time I started seeing more Cash Money stuff on mixtapes, again,
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne.
Little win.
That's really who pioneered,
Mm-hmm.
while Juvie had Back That Ass Up, Juvenile on Fire,
Yeah.
when he came out with UPT or UTP, whatever it was called. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, all those songs were hot, but they weren't on mixtapes.
Right.
And that's how we got down. We didn't back in the days, and Melvin, maybe you can appreciate this. We actually had to put into consideration what we bought. It wasn't
Right.
just a stream and we could be like, oh, well, I'll just stream it. If I don't like it, I could just skip on to the next album.
Mm-hmm.
We had to spend our $20. We had to
Right.
spend our $10.
Yeah.
And you were a lot more thought cautious about what you bought. It was the
Exactly.
same with VHS and DVDs. When those things
Mm-hmm.
first came out, I mean, it was crazy.
Right.
So you were like, damn, do I buy this $35 VHS, or
Right.
do I get the 2 for 10 at the bootlegger?
Yeah.
So the generations are so different now. It's easy to go into a catalog and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab 15 albums and listen to them all, like I did for the past
Right.
3 days. I've been listening to nothing but No Limit and Cash Money, just to
Right.
try to really get a grasp on where people are saying that No Limit is gonna kill them, because I still don't see it. I really don't.
So the thing is, if Cash Money just use Little Wayne for the battle, then it's going to look like Little Wayne against No Limit, and they can't do that.
No.
But at the same time, it's like, other than Little Wayne and Juvie, who else do they have? I mean, Big Tim's had a couple of hits, but even
Yes.
with them, I don't know if they could win a couple rounds against No Limit.
Yeah, because Manny Fresh, let's face it, Manny Fresh and Birdman, they can't. They're not good rappers. They were
Right.
catchy. They made catchy hooks. The beats
Right.
were on fire. And I
Mm-hmm.
know for a lot of the times I bought South records, like UGK back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
or all the Cash Money records back in the day, because I knew they had bass. And you know
Right.
how we were
Oh
with
yeah,
the bass back
definitely,
home. So
definitely.
I had to be pounding. So whatever, when I was listening to Gator Boots,
Yeah.
I didn't
I,
have a Gucci suit, but I resonated with some of the
mm,
stuff they were saying, but it just
right.
wasn't our style. And if you look at it, every single platinum single that Birdman had and Manny Fresh had, it
Mm,
wasn't on their own. They
right.
had somebody featured on the song, which is probably
Mm,
what got that to be even gold or platinum when it
right.
did go that.
Right.
And yeah, they can't use nothing but Lil Wayne, and because that would just be stupid.
And that's that. But he's the reason why, like, when we talk about artists that's kept their their crews or their cliques relevant for like 20 plus years, it's Lil Wayne for Cash Money, it's Sean Price for Boot Camp, it's Ghostface for Wu-Tang Clan. There's certain ones that those labels are relevant still because of that one artist. Lil Wayne is that one for Cash Money.
Yeah.
He's because everybody else, whoever they got on their label, has not dropped nothing good. It's been
Yeah.
Lil Wayne for
Nothing
all this
that's
time, from the
besides
2000s
Juvie.
to now. You know what I'm saying? And I remember listening to that Big Timers album with the Hood, was it Hood Stay Fly or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I don't remember
And
what it was called.
yeah, it was like production wise, Manny Fresh had the beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like the bass
it
line
was
was always
fire.
knocking in those. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they don't have enough to compete with the No Limit roster. It's only Lil Wayne. So even if you use Juvie's early stuff and Big Timers, they still gonna lose those later rounds.
Well, I mean, you could also throw in the Hot Boys too, with all three, Juvie, Wayne, and
Right,
BG. So there might be something there as well.
right.
Because that they're gonna come with the 504 boys
Mhm.
for Master P. Even though Silk still
Right,
ruined all that for me, but
right.
you know, I, I just don't see. And I mean, if they did include Young Money, it's over.
Mhm.
It's
It's
over.
over, right?
Yeah,
That I
there's
mean, technically, Young Money is under Cash Money. I don't know. That would be
yeah,
even more of a cheat code because now you got to deal with Nicki and Drake, and they both got hits over anything No Limit got out. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they got hits on most artists. I mean, you
right,
see Nicki Minaj and Cardi B going back and forth, and
right,
Cardi B didn't drop an album for 7 years. Like, you're
right.
not contending. I don't care.
But see,
And I hated what she did with Imaginary Player. I can't stand it.
yeah, I like the song though. I like the fact that that to me is the bridge. That's how you bridge the gap between our
Yes,
generation and the young generation.
and it did spike up the original, but what I didn't like, and I
Uh,
mean, I'm Jay-Z biased,
right.
but I didn't like it when they were like, "Oh, I like Cardi's version better
Well, they don't know.
because Jay's
They
was
don't know.
whack." And I'm like,
They don't
"Whoa,
know it.
we're
They
talking
don't know it.
96."
They don't know it. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
we're talking
That
96, bro.
whole album, and I've always said, Volume One to me is his most underrated album ever.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
even
saying?
Jerry said it. When I made Jerry listen to it,
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, what do you think?" And he said the production is actually better than Reasonable Doubt, you know?
Hot take.
And
Shout out to Jerry. I know
it's
he be on some hot takes, bro.
yeah, and I mean, yo, listen, it's cool
Mm,
and all that, but to me, Reasonable Doubt is the crown jewel, you
right,
know? And it's always gonna be. A lot of people put Blueprint as their crown jewel, and that's the best album he's ever had. But that's not even the album that went platinum. The first
right.
album to go platinum was Volume 2.
Volume Two, right.
So, in which that's one of my least favorite albums.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the first one I bought from Jay was Volume Two.
yeah,
Yeah,
everybody did because of the Hard Knock Life, and
yeah.
then once you've seen, but like I kind of wish that Blackout would have
Mm.
actually
That was
been
good.
on Jay's album, and Reservoir Dogs would have
Mm,
had a DMX verse, and
mm.
you put Sauce Money in Blackout. I
Facts.
think Sauce Money, people sleep on Sauce Money. Middle finger you if you sleep
Yeah,
on
that
Sauce
was
Money.
dope. That was dope.
But um, you know, I mean, he's still one of the biggest ghostwriters in the game. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if he wrote hits for Drake.
facts. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of people sleep on him, which
Uh-huh.
is crazy because he's still got bangers. Like,
Mhm.
lyrically, he can still put it down,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. But
Hmm.
I don't think that's going to be the cheat code for this one, because if you include Young Money, it's just over.
Well, I
And
mean,
like I said,
they built differently, but it, the advantage is only Cash Money if Weezy go in his bag and he take over the show. That's the only way they win it. Because I feel like, cause like with No Limits roster, they have the edge.
yeah, but it's just a roster of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, but
There's no
yeah,
consistency.
the thing is, even if they don't use the whole roster on No Limit, Master P has a lot of bangers, right? And then you got the Mia X stuff, you got the C Murder stuff. Now this is I feel like this verse is for like people that really know the
The
history of No Limit and Cash Money.
mhm.
Like the outsiders, they could. I feel like a lot of people gonna have to like tune in to learn a lot of those artists from No Limit because I
Yeah.
didn't listen to everybody. On like I said, it was only Snoop Dogg for me. I wasn't a Master P fan, even though I heard Ghetto D. Ghetto D was a fire album from Master
Yeah,
P.
yeah. I mean, it was good. I wouldn't call it fire, but I'll give you that.
You
Listen,
know,
man. Hey, man. Welcome to Unfuckable Opinions.
right? I know.
This is the way it's
I'm just
gonna
saying,
be.
see, I wasn't a Master P fan, but I respect him as a businessman and what he's done, and especially when it came to getting Snoop Dogg out of Death Row and on his label, and you know, at a time when everybody was afraid of Suge Knight, and Master P was the only one to step up and save Snoop career from Death Row because if he stayed on Death Row, he wouldn't
All
be
right.
where he's at right now.
No, no,
You know what
and
I'm saying?
that's why I said I know a lot of people are gonna show up for Master P.
Right,
That's like I said, Master P still holds significance in his neighborhood,
right.
whereas I feel like Birdman doesn't. Like, I don't think Birdman could really go to his old neighborhood and be shown the same respect
Right.
that Master P has. You have to remember there were times where Master P was feeding, literally getting entire
Hmm.
uh Thanksgiving meals
Right.
for people in the projects. I
Right.
never heard that from. I mean, this man's got his own food label.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. The line that Lloyd Banks said way back in the days, and you remember this, Try.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I couldn't stand behind was the clothing line, and the shit can get
I remember
uglier than a Master P sneaker.
Percy Miller. Percy Miller line.
Them
I
shits
remember that.
is ugly, but the Birdman lugs was ugly
Mm-hmm.
as hell too.
Yeah, for
Wasn't
sure.
nobody rocking those out here.
Nah,
Nobody. And if
no.
you did, you got clowned like you was wearing Payless. It just what it was.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
and think of like how many times Master P tried to get C Murder out of jail.
I know
You know
he's
what I'm saying?
still
And
fighting to get him
yeah,
out.
and he got the money to get him out of jail, and they still won't let
Yeah.
him out.
And he even like I know when he did the Breakfast Club interview a couple years
Mhm.
back, he said that he was even willing to put him somewhere where they can monitor him 24/7 and he was going to take full responsibility
Right,
for his actions.
right,
You know, that's the one I think that's the one caliber that No Limit does have. That's one thing I won't say. C Murder is not whack.
right. Fact.
I do like C Murder stuff.
Mhm,
Especially when he did that joint with Fiend and Snoop Dogg.
mhm.
I mean,
Oh yeah. That was forgot the name of that joint. I know you're talking about though.
down from my
Yeah,
ninjas. I'm not
yes,
gonna say the word because
yes.
that's but we'll say ninjas, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody know what we mean.
Fire.
Um, anything else, fuck them. It's on.
Right.
It's welcome to unfuckable opinions. But you know, I do agree with Melvin. We are in for one hell of a show, but I just don't know, Melvin, who is going to show up for
I
Birdman. I really don't.
I think it gotta be Wheezy. I think
Well,
Wheezy is mhm,
I know, because they squashed their beef, but you got to
right,
remember, he ain't squashed his beef with BG. And
right.
when's the last time you seen Juvenile even around or talk about
I think
Birdman?
Juvie will show up. I think we'll see Juvie. You know what I'm saying?
And you
It,
need Manny Fresh. As a matter of
you
fact,
need,
we need
mm,
Manny Fresh as the DJ to hype the shit up.
yeah,
Because what a
definitely.
lot of people don't know is he's not only a producer, he's an
Mhm,
actual real DJ. He was knocking clubs down, from what I understand, back in the day before they even got into the music thing.
right.
So his soul for music and blending and knowing the next thing to play is
Mhm,
naturally with him. I don't
correct.
know if Master P has that kind of DJ.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
You know what I
know.
mean? But
Yeah,
I could vouch for that as far as Manny Fresh goes. He has to be there. And
right,
like I said, I feel like he has to be the DJ
right,
because that's what he used to do before all this. That's how he
right,
made his money,
facts.
selling beats and DJing and
And see,
nightclub.
Juvie did so many collabs with people that if Juvie's there, he could bring out other artists. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like if I was Baby, I would put whatever beef that he have with these people, put it to the
Aside.
side for one night and be like, yo, like Manny, I need you, Juvie, Weezy, I know you're gonna be there, and let's beat No Limit. But I feel like it's gonna be the Little Wayne takeover.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, more like I'm the number one stunner, starting
Yeah,
like my daddy.
yeah.
They might throw in maybe back that ass up is definitely
Uh,
gonna be on
right.
there.
You had
That that was the
you had
club A.
oh yeah, you had what happened to that boy with the clips? Clips
Yeah.
might be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was everywhere. Like that's a round right there for them.
Yeah, that's around because there's nothing on No Limit
Right,
that's gonna compare to that one,
right.
especially right now with how hot the clips are.
Uh-huh.
And
Exactly.
let's just say it right now, one of the best
Mm-hmm.
album rollouts in
Definitely.
20 fucking years.
Definitely.
They had one of the greatest album rollouts.
Oh yeah.
So, shout out to that. And also, real quick, because I know you probably gonna feel the same way, but RIP to D'Angelo. It was crazy that we lost him. Um, I was listening to Brown Sugar,
Yeah.
my favorite album.
Oh yeah.
But I also love Voodoo. I mean, he didn't put out many albums, but the man's ghostwriting for other artists and
Mm-hmm.
his feel and rhythm for music is just one
Yeah,
of a kind. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
That's crazy. So, but
But
getting back to that's gonna have to be the Chico.
uh-huh. It has to. I
Yeah.
mean, 'cause, I mean, even if the stuff that Baby was coming out with, or like as a solo artist, he had Weezy all over his albums.
Oh yeah.
It was
No.
only him and Weezy. Like the was it like Father Like Son album? That's all
Yeah.
Weezy.
Yeah. It's all Wheezy, and
You know what I mean?
I hope that Wheezy didn't ghostwrite for Birdman, because if he did, oof.
So I mean, it's like Weezy is gonna be their saving grace. Like he has to show up, he has to show out for Cash Money, not for
Yeah,
for
and
no
I think
limit, for no limit other than Master P and Silk and Mia. I don't know who
Snoop.
shows up for them. I'm saying like
Yeah.
no, I mean
Well, Snoop, I think
Snoop Dogg, yeah, Snoop got to be there.
Snoop
Yeah,
Snoop is gonna be their saving grace. Snoop
yeah,
is their Lil Wayne,
he's gonna have to be.
if that's the way you wanna put it.
But remember,
Because
he only got 3 albums on it, so you know what I'm saying. I still feel like Snoop could lose to Lil Wayne's catalog.
yeah, 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 because you can't, I mean, you could pull out Gin and Juice too,
Right,
but we all know it's not the same as Gin and
not the
Juice.
same. Right.
You could pull out Bitch Please, but
Mhm.
they got so many counter
Yeah.
moves for that one.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about earlier, we were talking about Fiend and Mac.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
still,
I wasn't like listening to
yeah.
them, so I don't know what they got.
And look, Melvin, don't take this as like we're hating, you
No
know.
hating. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not hating. It's just reality. It's kind of like when the Locks and Dipset were going up against each other,
Mhm.
everybody I knew was saying Dipset,
I
and
had
I kept
Dipset.
saying,
Yeah, I had
yeah,
Dipset.
and I kept saying, y'all are sleeping on the Locks catalog
Hmm.
because they're not popular in the mainstream like Dipset was. Dipset came out swinging hard.
Right.
So, whereas the Locks, they were more about the music they want to put out with, not about what's going to sell
Right.
on a radio. You
Hmm.
know, even Knock Yourself Out, Jadakiss was forced to make that, and it
Right.
was because of Pharrell's influence. But if you take Knock Yourself Out and Put Your Hands Up on that whole album, he doesn't really have anything else that's radio ready.
Right.
So for him, that's
Well,
that's
he had Why. I just felt like why even Why at that
well,
time when
that's
that
on the
came out.
second joint.
Right. When that came out in '04, that was a different song for him, where it's like he actually tapped into like social and
Really,
political things. And I'm
yeah.
like, why can't we get more of that from Jada?
I don't know, because
You know what I'm
Styles
saying?
P does it all the time.
Right. I'm
That's
like,
why I love Styles.
Jada
He's
don't have to
cool.
be the street dude all the time. Like you can tap in to like things that bother you about this country. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another thing that's lacking from his discography. It's like there's no social commentary enough. It's more of this is for the streets. This is for the cats in jail. But to hit a wider audience, he can do that, and he showed it already.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you a question, because I don't think this
Yeah.
would be particularly fair
So
if he did it. But do we count Lil Wayne's mixtapes? Because
in the battle, in
technically,
the battle.
yeah,
Even
there
even
might
without the
be.
mixtape, even without the mixtapes, his feature run was insane. The remixes he's done, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I said, like the Carter trilogy. I think he could beat anything on No Limit with those 3 albums.
What would be crazy, and it's
Uh,
because Lil Wayne knows Jay, so this could possibly happen. But
right.
imagine Beyonce comes out and they
Uh,
do like the Destiny Child and Lil Wayne
right.
song,
And
or
he was on the Love in This Club remix. It was a Usher from Usher joint
yep,
with
yep,
Beyonce, and so you
yep.
got that
And,
too.
and then and then you got Hey Mr. Carter.
Right, you got that right.
So, and that he was still under Cash Money,
Right.
so it's all fair game.
So what if he played something that's him featuring Beyonce? Who on No Limit is gonna contend with that?
There is
Master P
nobody
doesn't do
except
a
for the
lot of
slam
R&B
joint.
or pop joints, so
except for the Maya joint. That's the
The
only
Maya
thing.
joint, and he's on the Montel Jordan Let's Ride joint. Him and Silk.
Yeah, and you ain't gonna bring out Montel Williams.
Nah,
Don't nobody want
yeah,
Montel Williams.
they was even if he's there, he's still gonna lose to Beyonce.
Yeah,
So
Beyonce's too big.
right,
Just put out a country album.
this man did joint R&B joints, pop joints with like some of the biggest artists. So it's like nobody on No Limit gonna contend with Weezy.
Yeah. Well, he made himself universal like Jay did, like
Right,
Nas did. Like all the great artists make themselves universal unless they want to stay in the same lane, like MOP.
right,
MOP has stayed in the same lane. Onyx has always stayed in the same lane.
yeah,
So branching yourself out, showing that not only can you do this, but I can also do this.
right,
That's where Jada Kiss wins a lot.
right.
When they were doing Jenny from the Block and all this
Hmm.
stuff, they were
Hmm.
showing their versatility.
Yeah,
And not many rappers have that. They either stick with one lane that works and that's
hmm,
it.
right,
And they'll get their low album sales, but then their expectations are not as big.
right,
And I think that's where Master P was at this particular time with the whole, I mean, every time I went to the record store, when I would go into Strawberries or FYI or any of that, mainstream stores
right.
that were in my home, in Springfield,
Yeah,
it was one of those like there was just a whole no limit section by itself.
right,
Whereas Cash Money kind of took the time to really make a good album that they
right,
thought was good
right,
and then switch it over, you
right,
know? And again, not every album is banging on every label.
right.
You're always gonna have dubs. I mean, I used to think that Drag On's first album was a dud until
Mm.
Jerry made me listen to it again.
It's been years
And
since I
I
heard that, bro.
realized, yeah, and I realized like, yo, this shit was actually pretty good. But
Mhm.
because you were expecting him to be the next DMX,
Right,
it didn't resonate.
right,
Same with Myth Bleak will never get the respect that he should because he was always looked at. You're supposed to be the next Jay-Z, and you're nowhere near him.
right.
So it kind of sucks.
I do feel like I like older Bleak now because older Bleak now is more wiser. He's more
More
reflective
mature.
on his mistakes on when he was younger. And his
Yeah.
his album this year was fire. I actually liked his new album.
And I do like his Rock Solid podcast,
Yeah,
but it's so
it's dope.
easy to, when you're already famous, it's easy to start a podcast and then
Right,
everybody wants to come on it. If
right.
I was to ask, yo, Hell Rel, you want to be on my podcast? You probably tell me to go fuck myself, So,
No, no,
it,
don't say that.
huh?
Yeah, ain't you cool with him? You told me like
Yeah,
y'all.
man. Yeah, I've talked to him and shit
Mhm.
and message
You
him
gotta
and
you gotta bring
everything,
him on here. You gotta bring him
but
on here.
I got to get a couple more episodes deep.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, next week, Triborough will be back on, and we're
gotcha.
going to be doing a crazy concept that I think was fantastic. I believe you came up with the idea, and then
I
I
came up
said
with it.
it.
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember who said it, but
Oh
I was
man.
like, "Yo, that'd be a good episode." So, um, next week we're gonna be talking about how rappers today
Mm.
wouldn't survive in that Master
Oh
P
yeah.
Cash Money era
Right.
because of the way that you actually had to hustle, sell
Right.
out your back trunks, go to record stores and pay them
Yeah.
sell your album, and then whatever didn't sell, it was coming back to you.
Right.
And you were just left with these things on the
Facts.
shelf,
Facts.
you know? So I remember hearing that with uh Wu-Tang.
Mm.
They were doing that same thing, going to record stores and
Yeah.
giving them boxes, and then they were getting boxes back
Yeah.
because until they got on the Babito show,
Hmm.
they nobody wanted to listen to it. They just heard kung fu moves and they were throwing the CDs out.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That was covered in the Hulu series. They covered that when they were trying to get on, and they couldn't. Radio stations wasn't playing their stuff, and record labels was like, who the hell are y'all? Who are these guys? Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy.
Everybody felt like that though. But
Mm.
once you sat down and heard, I mean,
Yeah.
and then having Inspector Deck just
Oh
coming
man,
straight out the bat.
bro.
And then when I heard Ghostface, I was like,
Mhm.
"Yo, oh my god!" And
Yeah.
then Meth, I mean, there's really not a whack member
Nah.
on that original core group. And this is another thing that I thought about too
Mm,
when I put together like a quick like 5 Wu-Tang associates
mm,
that had fire albums,
right.
and I put Capadonna in there.
Mm,
And people went ballistic, and I'm like, he was not an original
member.
member.
Right.
Suck a dick.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, he's not an original member. So The Pillage was a very slept on album, even though it
Right.
got a lot of promotion.
Mm,
You can go back and that album is still fire.
definitely. You don't even. He's not on 36 Chambers. You don't get to him until Wu-Tang Forever, which is 97.
Yeah. Yeah. And the first time I heard him was, I Twist Dots from the Heart, Triumph.
Mm,
That
right.
was the
Right.
first
That's right.
time I even heard him because the video came out before the album.
Yeah.
And
Yep. No, you know when you heard him? You heard him on Winter Wars. 'Cause that was
yes,
95. That was 95.
uh,
That was on the Don't Be a Menace
what? Yeah,
in South Central.
you heard of the raps before, but
Yeah.
kept waiting for the son of song. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
That
yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah.
first
You're
time I
right.
heard him. It was on Winter Wars, and then
And then what was
um,
the other one on Raekwon's? Was it Raekwon or
on
Ghost?
Ghostface album on Iron Man. He was on
Daytona
Iron Man.
500.
Yeah, he was on
Daytona
that, and
500.
then Wu-Tang Forever, and then he comes out with his own album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I forgot about that Daytona verse. That shit was
yeah,
fire too.
that's fire. Yeah,
Cash it in and get $10 back.
crazy, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
but yeah, I had arguments about that too. And I'm
mhm,
like, yo, and then they were like, who's Wu Syndicates? And I'm like,
right. That's the Offspring group. That's that
yeah,
Offspring group. Sons of Men, Killer Army,
yeah.
War for Fam.
Grave
You know,
Diggers, Grave
Gravediggers. Yeah,
Diggers
I love
first
Gravediggers.
album is
Yeah,
fire. But that
definitely.
second album,
You didn't care for it? It
nah.
it was it was dope. It wasn't. I felt like they wasn't really focused on that one. There was a lot going on at that time.
Yeah, with everybody splitting off and
Yeah,
splitting up and
yeah.
arguing because of RZA's brother,
Uh-huh.
So yeah, but I even going back and listening to it, I still prefer the first one over the
Right.
second one, and then
Yeah.
song 2 still being my favorite. So
Constant Elevation. Which one?
where Riz is like, uh, my penis rise in the morning like a phoenix and bust iron cells into a low blood anemic.
Oh man.
I forgot the name of it though.
Yeah.
But
I forgot the name
I
of that
think it
joint.
was song number 2, and it had like a crazy, like smooth beat to it. But
Oh,
RZA
that
was
was
always
nowhere to run, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That joint.
no,
No,
that was a
that's
good one
okay.
though. That was on the
Okay.
first album.
Oh, you talking about the second album?
I'm talking about the second album,
Second album. Oh, I forgot
part
the
2.
name of that joint. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
But the first one, I actually didn't learn about grave diggers until I watched Kids
Mm.
because
Did
when they
they
were
play
in the
Grave Diggers in
park.
that movie? I don't remember Grave Diggers playing in that movie.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if anybody's ever seen Kids. A lot of people haven't, but growing up in our generation, that was a strong movie. But
Yeah.
the scene where they were in the skate park, when
Okay.
they're rolling up the blunt,
Right.
you're singing 2 Cups of Blood.
Oh shit.
And when I heard the lyrics, I was like, ain't no way that that's that
Right.
guy.
Right.
And then my cousin who was watching the
Mm.
movie with me, he was like, nah, that's Grave Diggers. And I'm like, what? Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
man.
even know who it was. And he's like,
That
yeah,
was
that's RZA's verse.
Yeah, that was they filmed that in I think Washington Square Park. And that was like the part where they showing you how to roll a blunt and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that was
roll
Washington
up
Square Park they filmed that. Yeah.
yeah. If you go back and listen to it, you'll hear 2 Cups of Blood. They're spitting some of the bars.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So
That's
when I
crazy.
heard it, I was just like, yo, what is that? And
Yeah.
then see little tidbits that you learn when you
Facts. You know.
so it's crazy. But I still have Cash Money for the win. I
Yeah.
any direction they go. Um, if I had to take a wild guess, 7-3. 10 rounds,
7-3? You did it?
7-3.
Oh man.
I'm thinking I'm thinking that Snoop and when they play Make 'Em Say is
That's
definitely
gonna
gonna
win.
be 2
Uh-huh.
wins.
Right.
I don't care what they come back with
Mhm.
Make say, it was just too big at
What
that particular
what
time.
about Romeo? I mean, didn't Romeo have like a couple hits when he was younger? No,
What are you gonna put on that wannabe Michael Jackson remake? Come on.
he had that song, bro. You remember that movie Hardball with Keanu Reeves? He played like the baseball
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
They had a song. It was Romeo, Bow Wow. It was like all the little kid rappers, and they had a song that was like a hit song from that soundtrack. I forgot the name of it though.
I I
But
just
I don't
if they
know.
listen, if they pull out anything Little Romeo, then they gotta
Lil
pull out
Lil
13
Wayne was
more.
on that joint though, so you got a song with Lil Wayne and Romeo and Bow Wow. It's like, are they gonna perform that?
No.
No.
Lil Wayne don't wanna remember that.
Hey man, I'm just saying he's come a long way from 500 degrees and all that.
Yeah, well, I still The Black is Hot. That was
Block
still
is
my
hot,
shit,
yeah,
man. Like, just the storytelling in that, and for him being so I believe he was only, like, 15 or
yeah,
16 when he dropped that?
yeah.
So, being so young and already knowing so much of the streets,
Mhm.
I really respected that one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they're gonna end up it's gonna be like 7-3. I
Wow.
do predict No Limit's gonna get at least 3 rounds, and to
Mhm.
be it might be out of pity
Mm. Wow.
because I really don't know what else can contend with anything that Lil Wayne would drop,
Right. I
or
mean,
anything that I mean, even Juvenile's first album, you can't deny it. And then, I mean,
right.
you still have You Understand,
Yep.
even though it didn't hit as hard as his first album, his second album was still pretty well put together.
Yeah.
Um, is it the best? No, but
Right.
hey, it's still an album, and it still does have a couple of hits on it.
Right.
So we'll just have to see. But I'm thinking 7-3, and it's literally going to be a Masterpiece song, a C Murder song, and
Mia X.
a
Does she have
Snoop
any
song.
any big songs? Mia X.
Did she pass away?
Nah, she alive.
Oh, who is the one that
You,
passed
you
away?
talking about Gangsta Boo?
Gangsta Boo. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
she
Three
from
Six
Pieces
Mafia.
Mafia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, she didn't really resonate with me.
Right.
Neither did what was the other artist they were trying to push? Mercedes.
Mercedes.
She
Everybody just remember the album cover. That's about it.
yeah. Well, I mean, the cover was fire. But that was
Mm.
another one that just didn't go anywhere. Whereas Cash Money got females. I mean,
Mhm.
Minaj.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, imagine if they could bring in Young Money. All they
Mhm.
gotta do is come out singing "I Can Make It Bedrock." It's
That's
over.
it. That's it.
Nobody's got nothing on that,
That's it. Yeah.
especially with Tig, and then Lloyd singing. Come on,
Right. Right.
and they don't have any singers that are even close to Lloyd.
Right.
Because Lloyd was signed to them for a while and dropped a few mixtapes while he
hmm
was signed to Young Money. Especially, I think it was called like Players Club or Hustlers
hmm
Club or something. That
Right.
Lloyd mixtape was fire.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I've always liked Lloyd. His voice is unique.
Right.
It's kind of like Keith Sweat. His voice is unique.
Yeah.
Plus, he makes good music, but
Right.
it's just that voice that really captures you. He doesn't sound like the next guy.
Right.
That's what I've
Right.
always loved
Right.
about him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to check out and see, what they do. I'm expecting it to be a Little Wayne takeover at some point during this show. They're gonna have to because Baby don't have enough for No Limit.
yeah, and I think it'll be like midway.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it right away. They're not going to bang
Yeah.
right away.
Right.
They're going to see what No Limit's going to do, and
Right.
that might be where they get the first couple of rounds. But I'm telling you,
Uh,
it's going to be 7-3.
I think they're gonna have to use a lot of features on at least for Baby. I don't know. I didn't keep up with No Limits. I don't know like if they were feature heavy like that. I know for Baby, he did a lot of features with people. So he gonna have to really go in his feature bag and tap in with Swizz. You know, he did bigger business, that
Yeah,
remix with Swizz from Swizz first
yeah.
album. You know, he, like I said, the clips collab, and he did a lot of features. So he might have to tap into his feature bag.
He might have to
Yeah.
because that. But then again, they've got the cheat code. Lil Wayne is just a cheat
Mhm.
code.
Yeah.
I mean, they. It
And-
would, like you said in the beginning, it would just literally be a Lil Wayne show,
Right.
and that's all they have to
And
do.
I feel like that's gonna be the talk after. Like people are gonna say, "Well, this was the Little Wayne show." I mean, well, this is the matchup that people wanted to see for the South, and Little Wayne is their biggest artist down there. So, what did you expect? It was either gonna be that, or you put somebody against Little Wayne.
Yeah, if they're gonna take that route, then I'd rather
Right.
just see a Lil Wayne
Right.
versus
Right.
somebody else. And they
Yeah.
need to really. I mean, they only got one more week. It's coming
Right.
out next week. I think it's
26,
20
26.
25th, 26th,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
I don't know.
If you take out Lil Wayne,
They lose.
yeah,
They,
yeah, because
they-
Juvie's first album, I
yeah.
think, has hits,
Yeah.
but not hits that are gonna resonate with everybody. Like, a lot of
Right.
people, if you didn't buy the album, the only 2 songs that you knew
hmm
was "Huh" and "Back That Ass Up."
and I liked Slow Motion. Him and
Oh, yeah,
Soda
yeah,
Smooth.
no. Slow motion
That
is
was fire.
dope too, and
Yeah.
that could be another thing they go in the bag.
Right.
If, Master P starts talking anything about money,
Mhm.
then Birdman come back with "Bling Bling," but again, that's if BG even shows up. What
It was so good.
what Birdman and BG got going is serious.
Mhm.
Plus, I don't know, BG just got out of jail, and I think he's still under house arrest, so
Wow.
he might not even
He
be
ain't gonna
able
be
to
there.
go there.
Yeah.
Um, Jerry, is Mob Deep album of the year? No.
I think it's top 3 of the year.
Yeah. For
I think it's
me,
mhm.
it's Clips,
Mhm.
Supreme Clientele 2,
Mhm.
Alfredo 2,
Yeah.
Mob Deep. Those are probably like the 4 so far for the
Right.
year. Because what Benny put out was trash.
Yeah.
38 Special just dropped one, but like last week.
Mhm.
But it's
It's
38
okay.
Special. There's
Right.
nothing. It's dope. The lyrics are great, but every
Uh,
song is just powder. And sometimes I want to hear
yeah.
something different. Show me some
Different, different.
versatility. Show
Right.
me something. RJ Payne can go in his bag and do murder shit, but then go in his
Mhm.
bag and give you some knowledge shit.
Right.
I like to see that, and
Mhm.
I know it's all pretend. You know what I mean? Like, they're
Right.
rapping what they used to live, bringing it
Mhm.
cool, but you have to be universal.
Right.
And I feel like RJ Payne could jump on an R&B record because
Mhm.
he's
Right.
that universal. Same with Benny. Benny's already proved it.
Right.
Same with Conway.
Yeah.
Um, Sorry, I'm still not a big fan of West Side Gun, but um, you know, I'd say those are my 4. And if I had to choose one, sorry,
Mhm.
Ghostface gets it every time.
Yeah.
I'm just such a huge Ghostface fan.
Yeah.
While the Clips had a great rollout,
Mhm.
let's be honest.
Right.
I don't care how dope the lyrics are. Malice really did his thing. I think he outshined Pusha T just a tiny bit. But
Mhm.
if it wasn't for Pharrell,
Yeah.
that album would not be what it is right now.
I agree. I
So that's just my personal opinion. If they would have got a whole bunch of producers together, they would have never had those songs.
right.
And every feature on there murdered it.
Yeah.
There's not one whack feature on that album, but it's the same for Supreme Clientele too. Nobody came whack because Ghost isn't gonna allow it.
Right.
We'll just take you out the song.
Facts.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But
Mhm.
the Mob Deep, it still sounds like P was with us. and I
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I don't think Big L's album is gonna sound the same.
I don't either. Like I heard the Nas song and I'm like, it sound like I heard this before from Big O.
Well, that verse right there was a freestyle he did.
Oh man.
Um, I don't remember what I think it was
Mhm.
on like one of those like generic,
Yeah.
thrown together mixtapes, and they just slapped a fake DJ Clue
So
symbol on
so
it or something.
what if any, what unreleased stuff does he still, because I thought he didn't have no more unreleased
I
records,
I didn't think so either. I
right?
mean,
I don't want to hear a born again version
yeah,
of Big L. Yeah, I didn't like that Biggie album.
me neither.
And that was just Puff milking Biggie's legacy, like he's been
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, he's
The,
been doing. Without
if
Biggie,
if
he had nothing.
if Big L don't have nothing laying around that's unreleased, don't even put it out. That's how I feel. Like I don't care if it's
Yeah.
Nas and Master Pill. Don't even put it out because it's like it's not things that we've heard already. It's like stuff they take from freestyles or other songs.
Yeah, and that's what sucks is like, how are they doing it? Are
Right,
they taking just sentences and then throwing it in an AI
right.
generator and
I
then
don't.
letting the generator make rhymes? Because I don't see where any like there are some songs on the Mob Deep album. I don't know if you
Mm,
noticed, but you can notice that some of P's verses
yeah.
are slowed down just a tad bit or they're sped up just a
Mm,
little bit to go with the beat. But they
right.
did a phenomenal job, Alchemist and
Yeah.
Havoc. They
Yeah.
did a phenomenal job,
Mm,
and all of the proceeds from that album are going to P's family.
right.
So they
So
had to make this fire.
yeah.
Whereas, like you said, I've heard every Big L verse
Uh-huh.
15 times. I remember he had a freestyle that I heard on every single mixtape with a different beat.
Yeah.
And that was the one where he ended it with, "I'm so far ahead of my time, my parents haven't met yet."
I
That
remember
thing was
that.
everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every beat, he was saying the same thing.
Right.
And I know that's the thing that they used to do back in the days, like
Mm-hmm.
Game got caught doing it with
Yeah.
that red Range Rover, white roof, and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He
Uh,
said the same freestyle like 15 times over 15 different beats.
crazy.
So what differently are we actually gonna hear? And I agree with you. I would rather just shelve it
Mm,
than to get a watered down version of what we think Big L would have been
right.
today.
Exactly.
Prodigy had enough in the
Yeah.
archives between
Mm,
Havoc and Alchemist, and his family
yeah.
contributed because they had unreleased stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a totally different ball game. Once
Mm,
Big L was dead, there was nothing around.
nothing else.
And then everything that they could milk it for, they made greatest hits this
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So
Yeah.
it's over. What
Yeah.
new verses are you gonna give me that I haven't heard? All those verses on the new Mob Deep album from
Mm,
Prodigy, never heard of them. And then the
facts.
blending of how smooth it sounded like Havoc had ghostwriters. I know he didn't,
Right.
but his delivery, if you go back and listen to the very last album that they did together, night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Facts.
It's just so well put together and so well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I hope that that's not the case for the Big L, but I'm still going to give it a listen but I'm afraid it's going to end up like Raekwon's Emperor's New Clothes and just
Oh.
be a 5 out of
You,
10.
you didn't like the Raycon album? Wow.
Nah,
Mm,
I feel like, I mean, I know he's already reached in the bag and did a part 2 for
mm,
Only Built for Cuban Links.
right.
He did that and, that was dope too. It was a
Yeah.
great follow up.
Yeah.
But that's because he had ghosts on it.
Right.
I feel like maybe if he threw in some more Ghostface rather than him just being on a couple songs and kind of made it like a
Um.
Cuban link,
Right.
I think it would have been a little bit
It,
better. But
it,
I
it,
just
it
wasn't.
to me it was a mix of Cuban Link and Immobility. And I know he hates the Immobility. A lot of his fans
Yeah,
hate that one. See, I love Immobility because like it still sounded like a mafioso album, and he had no RZA on there. Only
yeah,
he only had like two Wu members. You know what I'm saying? But he was still in his Cuban Link bag at that time. It's just that him and RZA had a falling out. But I felt like it was a dope album, and having Swiss beats on there, like he actually gave him a good beat for once. Because I always felt like Swiss fell off after the DMX stuff. I felt
Oh
like
yeah,
he completely
yeah,
fell off. But
yeah,
he actually had a dope gave him a dope beat. He had like different producers, and it wasn't just all about RZA and the Wu Tang sound. And Ray really started that. Like he was the one to go AWOL and be like, I'm not using RZA for my second album. I'm gonna do it with different producers, and I might throw Pete Rock on there. It was Scram Jones, but it come out fire. And I like the fact that he didn't just stick to using RZA for everything.
yeah. The same formula.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I respect it, and I could listen to it again, but
right.
there are a couple songs that I would just
Yeah.
skip, skip,
Okay.
skip, and that's just me. I'm a
Right.
different when it comes to rap. Like people think because I'm a big Jay-Z fan, you'll be surprised how many
Oh
songs I
yeah.
can't stand.
They
Just
they got a couple
because,
albums I don't like though.
yeah, I mean, there are tons.
Mhm.
When I made my list last year, I made a video about it.
Uh-huh.
People were getting on me because I put Kingdom Come higher than, this one or that one.
Mhm.
And I'm like, look, I think Kingdom Come was a fun album. I
Yeah,
had
some
fun
good
with
shit.
this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And still to this day, fuck you, Dame Dash. You still haven't found another Jay-Z, and you never will. If you created Hove, make another Hove.
Make another one, right? He can't.
That's like somebody saying, yo, Dr. Dre, I created Eminem. I could find another one. No, you can't.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah. Just like Birdman will never find another Lil Wayne.
Nope.
And Lil Wayne will never find another Lil Wayne.
Right.
He's got great entertainers and they make great pop music, which stands
Right.
for popular music. So
Right.
people get off of me. It's not soft. It's just they make pop records.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what they're focused on. Get your money, baby. We
Right.
all knew Drake wasn't hard. I smacked Drake. I don't even know. I won't do it in Canada. Look what happened to Rick Ross. But I'm saying, you know, I'm sorry, but being in the club and getting smacked by Puff, and then you buy the motherfucker a champagne, man. Listen,
Crazy.
I'd have smacked Puff. I don't care. Like you're not gonna hit me, smack me, and then expect me to just stand there and look at you.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that we all know he's not hood. He can rap hood because his ghostwriters are rapping hood, but nah, it's just not fun. You know,
Yeah.
he makes pop music. He's
Wow.
not he's not a dope lyricist. He makes
Right.
good music that you can vibe to, you know, and damn near take me home. That was mostly the weekend that Ghost wrote a lot of those songs.
Right.
So before the weekend really got his first
Right.
official album,
Mm-hmm.
which was Kissland.
Different.
So, and that was a great debut album,
Yeah.
but I wanted to hear more Thursday.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was so gritty and gutter, and then
Yep.
yeah.
It's the mainstream. The mainstream got to him.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then he
You
still
know.
makes great
Yeah.
albums.
He's still making great albums. Yeah.
He still does. I
Yeah.
love his latest project.
Oh yeah. That was
Um,
good.
it's popping,
Yeah.
and he has songwriters and then he writes songs for people, but that's another discussion. I don't see why back in the days in the 90s, if anybody found out, unless you were a producer, everybody knew
Right.
producers used
Right.
Ghostwriter. But if you came out, let's say you were Sticky Fingers,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody found out
Right.
that somebody was ghostwriting for you, you're
Right.
out of here.
Yep.
They're not even going to give you a second chance.
Right.
You're out of here.
Yep.
You're gone. So I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Yeah. I agree.
But that'll be a topic for next week because, again, we're going to be doing how these rappers today just would not last if they had to do this shit back in the 80s.
Mhm.
Really, I want to focus on 90s, maybe a couple of early 2000s because we were still in that decision making of do I buy this CD
Right.
or do I buy this CD?
Right.
And let's face it, in the early 2000s, the album of the year that always gets it is 50.
Yeah.
The second that album came out, I was in the store, you
Yeah.
know?
Definitely.
So, and the same with Blueprint,
Okay.
but he earned his key. 50 $1.50, that power of a dollar, I actually
Yeah,
wish they would actually drop that because I actually like that album.
yeah, that was great. That was a great
It was
album.
a good unofficial but official first album,
Right.
you know. But anyways, we gonna take off. I'm saying 7-3. What is your prediction? Do you think they're gonna take all 10? Because when I said that, you were kind of like,
I, I just was like, that's a landslide to me. I don't know if it's gonna be a landslide. I think No Limit will win some rounds, but I do feel like whenever they choose to unleash Wheezy, it's gonna turn to the Wheezy against No Limit show, and Wheezy gonna beat them.
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be at least 5, 6 songs in.
Right.
You can't you can't come out the gate swinging with
Right.
Lil Wayne. Like
Yeah.
I said, whoever goes first, and it
Mm-hmm.
also depends on. I know Birdman wanted to do it in New Orleans,
Uh,
and Master P said no.
mm.
So I don't even know where the event's going to be held.
Oh, it's in
Um,
Vegas. It's in
it's
Vegas.
in Vegas,
Yeah.
okay? Because I know. Last week when I read the article, it said that Master P will under no circumstances because of their harsh history. Even
Mm.
though they are putting it behind them,
Right.
he feels that the streets
Mm.
might not really put it behind them because they're from 2 separate projects,
Right.
you know?
That's true.
So
Yeah.
that's how Master P was looking at it, where I think if it was in New Orleans, I think Birdman would have had like project guys with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that he's got to fly out to Vegas, he can't bring everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, I'll be interested to see who shows up. I think you're right. Maybe he made a couple phone calls and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, just for one night, let's put this shit aside." And we
Yeah.
all know with verses, it's a great thing because it will boost everybody's album sales back up
Right.
because they're gonna want to listen to all this. I know they probably made a couple of cents out of all the damn songs I was streaming because
Right.
we all know streaming is ridiculous. I mean,
Right.
they were bitching back then about cassette tapes and CD sales. You don't even get a penny on a penny
Facts.
with streaming. So I don't want to hear no bitching from y'all new generation. You know,
Mm.
y'all should have been back in the days with that with the 90s shit where you had to actually do it.
Right. Facts.
But we gonna end this one. So what are you taking? Are you thinking? What are you thinking? Five,
I'm I'm,
4, what?
I'm picking Cash Money. It's like 20 rounds.
I think it's 10 songs each.
It's 10 songs each. I would say like 9-3 or some 9-2 or something. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know. See, the thing is, I thought it was 20 songs a piece though. It's not 20 no more. They doing?
no, the last one I know when Gucci and Jeezy did it, it was only
Um,
10 each.
oh wow.
And then I believe the Locks and Dipset. I don't think they did 20.
I thought they did 20. That shit went
I
on
think
for like over 2 hours though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but I mean, if you think about it, by the time you
Um,
get the crowd hyped back down, you have to
right.
remember the crowd is what the
Yeah.
energy really is.
Right.
And I know when they were playing like a couple Dipset songs, the
Mm.
crowd was just so hype at the end of the song that it took them a while to calm down. I think it's 10 and 10.
They got to do
So
like five from Wheezy and then like 5 from like the Cash Money artists. So Juvie, you got 2. We'll get one to Birdman. you know, who else they got on Cash Money? I don't. It's to me. It's yeah. We got to play Bling Bling, Hot Boys, and somebody else, and then Wheezy will come in with his 5 and.
I think when it comes to club bangers, unfortunately, the 2 good ones that Mystical had weren't
Mm.
on
Right. They wasn't on No Limit.
wasn't on No Limit.
Right.
So that's that's gonna be a hit for them. That I feel like that's really gonna hurt them.
Right.
Um and I don't think Snoop had like a club banger when he was with No
Snoop
Limit.
he had Laylo, but I mean,
You better lay low.
yeah, Laylo was a big hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm thinking of it also depends on the dominance. Are there going to be more females there or are there going to be more males there? Is it going to be a balance? Because
Mhm.
once Back That Ass Up comes on, that's it.
Yeah.
What are
Yep.
you going to play? Wobble Wobble?
Exactly. Exactly. That's gonna be
You
it.
can't.
So,
That's that's the cheat code.
if anything, I think No Limit wins like maybe 3 rounds, and that's it. I don't even think they're gonna win that. We'll see though.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Let me change my ratio because I was thinking 10 rounds altogether in my head.
Right.
So we're looking at 17-3.
Okay. Yeah, something like
'Cause
that. You know what I mean? I
it's
don't think
not.
they got. I mean, they got a lot of underground joints, but the thing is the underground joints gonna hit when the Weezy stuff come on. Like if he play Lollipop, what they playing for that? If he plays, A Millie, what is he? What are they playing? Or 6 foot 7? You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like it's gonna end up being a Little Wayne takeover.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to have something in order to beat Lollipop.
Right.
Even if they put on, as much as I'm not really a fan of the beat, if they put on
Mm,
6 foot, 7 foot. What I
mm,
mean,
mm.
after 1999, maybe
Yeah,
2000s, what does Master P have?
exactly. I don't know because I wasn't listening to him. It was just the Snoop stuff I was bumping. I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you.
yeah, I can't, I,
You know.
I can't tell you either.
They got
So,
like I said, that's what I was saying. Like I remember when Romeo was signed to the label and he was coming out with stuff.
ah,
I mean, are you going to use Romeo? I mean, because Romeo technically, Pete gave the label to Romeo, so it's technically his now. So I expect him to be there. I don't know if he's going to perform, but the label is
I
his.
hope not, because if he performs, then it's really downhill from there.
Hey,
He
I
has
don't know.
no hits,
I don't
none.
know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people, man.
Snoop is the only Snoop, maybe Mystical when he did
Mm,
It Ain't My Fault.
right. No, that was Silk's. I believe that was Silk's record. I think Melvin had
Oh,
said that.
yeah. I think part 2 was
Right.
Mystical.
But he
But
had when he came out with when Mystical came out with Danger, he wasn't on No Limit at that point. Oh
mm-mm,
wow.
that
So
was
and the other thing he did,
that was his second album that he did that.
the other song, what's that joint he did that people love? The one that Pharrell did for him. I forgot the name of that joint.
There's
Is
Danger.
Danger, and it was another big hit the Neptunes did for him. Um yeah, like the video. With Pharrell is like singing on the chorus. I forgot the name of that shit. I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's how
I mean,
that's how irrelevant
yeah.
it is. I don't know. I just don't think that they have the arsenal.
Oh, shake your ass. That wasn't on No Limit?
Oh yeah, no,
Oh wow. Oh yeah, they really screwed over.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The two biggest hits
Yeah.
were on the same album.
Wow. That's crazy. I thought he
Because
was on No Limit at that time. Okay. Yeah,
nope,
they screwed over. They
yeah.
screwed over.
So what do they really got? They got
They
nothing.
got Snoop and they got Master P. And if they
Uh,
if they choose to use, I don't know no Mia X songs. I don't know if she had any big hits.
I don't know either. I don't.
Silk. I know like that one Silk record, and they got Romeo if they choose to use Romeo. But you
If
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
stop saying Romeo, I'm gonna come through the camera, bro.
I was
Romeo
I was
ain't
just saying
got nothing.
because when you said 2000s, I'm like, yo, I remember he did the Hardball song with Wayne and Bow Wow and all them. So I don't know. Is that gonna hit for a round? I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't know either. I
You know
just
what I'm
see
saying?
this shit pretty much being
And I don't know, bro. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
see it being a landslide. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
That's what I see. I
yeah.
see him. I see No Limit getting crippled like almost every round. Because like I said,
Hey,
the two songs that could have saved Club Bangers
mm,
weren't even on No Limit Records.
crazy.
So, and like I said, if
What did he put out that was on No Limit then? Like what big hit did he have that was on No Limit?
um I I can't remember.
Because I thought Shake Your Ass and Danger was on No Limit. If they wasn't on No Limit, then what did he come out with that was fire? You know?
Uh
Yeah, they getting the tank is gonna be destroyed by
Yeah,
Wheezy.
they're getting mollywopped.
Yeah,
There's
like
there's
I
nothing
feel
to
like you
do.
gotta be like a real No Limit fan to appreciate what they're gonna do. Cause I wasn't a No Limit fan like that. So
Me neither. A couple songs here and there,
like
but you
I only
know,
know of some stuff that they did, but like the all the other artists, I wasn't listening to like Cain and Abel and Mercedes and all them cats. So
yeah. So Get Ready
uh
was Mystical's second album, and that had Shake Your Ass and Danger, the
and that
two
wasn't
good songs.
and there wasn't No Limit.
That wasn't under
Well,
No Limit
it's group.
because he
Don't
left.
even show up, Mystical. Don't even show up. Why he showing up for what? But to do his verse on make him say, "Oh, like don't even show up."
Well, I mean, on his first album, Still
That's crazy.
Smoking, I do know that one was,
Mhm.
and then The Man Right Chair.
That was No Limit too.
Yeah, that was on his
No,
first
no, I don't know
album.
none of those.
But
What
yeah,
about Tarantula? Was Tarantula
so
on No Limit or that's after No Limit?
for what?
Tarantula, the Tarantula album.
Tarantula, I believe, was No Limit.
I have that one.
That's when
Actually,
he
I
went
have the
back.
Tarantula album. I have that
Yeah,
one.
that's when he went back to No
Okay.
Limit.
Oh, he went
So
back. Wow. So he left and then he came back.
he left, made 2 albums, and then
Uh,
went back and made the 4th.
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that was all early 2000s.
Wow.
And the only reason why he got super hot was Move Bitch. Because I feel
Oh
like
yeah, the Ludacris joint. That's right. That's
yeah,
right. I remember
yeah,
that joint.
so I mean, but he wasn't on No Limit at that time.
Oh man, they don't even show up. Don't even show up, Mystical. Like
I'm
you're
I'm saying
wasting
Silk the Shocker needs
airfare.
to not show
You're
up.
wasting airfare even being there. Don't even show up. Stay at home.
Yeah, I
You
I'm
know,
I'm
watching like
saying
everybody else.
I'm saying Silk the Shocker is stay home because
Yeah,
he's got nothing except for It Ain't My Fault and the Maya joint.
right.
And those are not gonna save it. Like you said, if Master P plays Mr. Ice Cream Man, it's not gonna resonate.
I mean, I
And I mean,
I could say like for people in the South, they might love that joint.
and then if he does do Bowdy Bowdy, you better do the
Wow.
Cameron edition.
Ooh, imagine if you bring out Cameron for that.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
was
I mean,
that was on the Dipset album.
yeah.
Yeah,
When he remixed that, everybody found out about Bowdy Bowdy because
right,
of the Cameron mix.
right,
Because
right.
New York, we're stubborn. We're
Yeah.
us East Coast, we're stubborn with our music. So,
No, don't say that because I love every region, man.
oh yeah, no,
I
I,
just,
I do too. But when I first started listening to rap,
right,
I didn't.
right.
If you weren't East Coast, I really
Mhm.
wasn't. It wasn't until later on, around like 13, 14. Matter of fact, when I heard Nine, I don't even know where
Okay.
he's from, but a lot of people don't even remember Nine. But
Mhm. I remember.
you know, that Red Rum was my shit.
Yes, I love that drink.
Red
That's
Rum, and
fine.
then he had the other one too.
Yeah, what you want?
Yeah. So what you want? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, those two. When I heard those, I was like, all
mhm,
right. But he lasted as long as Drama did.
yeah,
So I know
yeah.
everybody remembers Drama, and if you
Oh
don't,
yeah, I
flip,
remember.
flip, flip, flip. Yeah, that was him.
Oh yeah,
Trashiest album you'll ever hear.
man.
The album is bad.
Yeah,
It is bad.
yeah. I remember that.
But anyways, I've had you up for an hour and 20. So
Yeah, man.
next week, make sure y'all tune in. Y'all definitely this is gonna be a great conversation.
Yeah.
Because I there's so many people that just would not it just wouldn't happen. I don't even think Drake would. But
Facts,
that's a whole nother thing.
facts.
Anyways, all y'all, this is gonna be my outro. So once the podcast is done, you're gonna hear fuck your unfuckable
Mm,
opinions because these are my unfuckable opinions. And go
yes.
home and get your fucking shine box.
Mm.
We'll see y'all next week, same time, same bat channel. Oh, shout out your channel real quick,
Oh yeah.
and whoever else you want to shout out.
Um, you can follow me on Instagram, Triborough__Gigolo. I do IG lives on there with Jerry. Shout out to Jerry.
Jerry
And
put it in the comments.
yes, we do. I'm doing more IG lives again on there, and you can follow my YouTube channel, Danny Rap Podcast, DAT That Ain't Rap Podcast. We go live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. East Coast time. And it's been fun. And salute to you, Nick, for what I love what you're doing with this
Sir.
channel. And salute to everybody that showed up.
Yeah, man. I'll be hopping on some more Instagram lives with you because I
Oh yeah.
can't go live anymore. But it's always great
Oh man.
conversations, man. And
Yeah.
everything will be down in the description to link over to his channel and what
Yeah.
he does. So, all of y'all, love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. And we will see you next Friday, 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.